competition between these two teams, and please keep in mind the NJISAA sportsmanship code. All spectators must conduct themselves in a positive manner reflecting sportsmanship and the educational values of interscholastic athletics. Noise makers and handmade banners are prohibited. Harassment in any form will not be tolerated. Spectators must remain in designated areas for the safety and enjoyment of the game for all. Failure to comply with these rules may result in ejection from the premises. In accordance with the New Jersey state mandate, all spectators must wear a mask at all times while indoors. Thank you. Now for the Star Niners. For the Hunt School, sophomore, Anna Schreier. At guard, senior, Aaron McGuire. At forward, sophomore, Norm Martin. At forward, junior, Sasha Morgan. And at center, junior, Addie Boo. Now, the Blue Buccaneers. At guard, sophomore, Janet O'Donnell. At forward, junior, Jalen Huffman. At forward, senior, Sophia Davis. At forward, senior, Allie Lorisano. And at forward, senior, Tara Faye Johnson. Please rise and move your hat to the national anthem.
Good afternoon and welcome to Blairstown, New Jersey, the site of the girls' Prep A final. 32 degrees outside with a little snow on the ground, but inside we're ready for some championship action. Hun in the red with the black trim, and Blair, the home team in this contest, in the white with the dark blue numerals. We are set to get going. Kevin Fonger here. Thanks for joining us on the Play-by-Play Sports Network for this afternoon's action. A doubleheader of prep competition on the network on YouTube. Ready for the tip? And we are underway. Blair controlling first. Tara Johnson underneath, able to slip it up and in. And it's a nice start for a Blair team that has controlled the matchup between these two squads this season. Another steal, this time by Johnson, but loses it back. And good recovery by Erin McGuire. McGuire, the post-grad player from Ireland, and her sisters also played for the Hun program. Shot does not fall. Offensive rebound is pulled in. Another outlet pass, the three off the back of the rim from McGuire. And we have a violation at midcourt. Johnson was on the deck. So 2-0, 8:26 remaining in the first period of play. The two games between these two squads earlier in the season, Blair won 76-48 on the 26th of January, and then 78-40 on February 20th to win the Maple League Championship. Nice drop step and a turn by Jalen Hartman, and it is a 4-0 early lead for Blair in this Prep A championship game. And Blair has been no stranger to the Prep A title game. 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, I'll keep going, 2016, 2017, a streak of Prep titles for Blair. Nice job for Hun there by Erin McGuire, and she's got her team on the board. It is 4-2 Blair, 7:48 to play in period one. Top of the arc, straightaway three, and nothing but net. Ali Lovasolo connecting. So it is now a 7-2 lead for the hometown Blair Buccaneers. And it's McGuire trying to break this full court press action from Blair. About 2 minutes gone if you're just joining us in the first. And balanced scoring we've seen from Blair so far. 3 players have scored their 7 points. That's kind of been the tune of their season. They have at least 5 players averaging double figures. A turnover there on the pass, so Blair will get an opportunity. Blair's a team that builds itself on team basketball. They do appreciate the individual skills, but it's that tough defense, team play, and commitment. And you can see that when you look at the box score, as again, 5 players averaging double figures for this squad. Underneath, no good on the floor. The outlet to the corner and through the hands of the intended target. That was Ozell, one of the top 3-point threats. So it'll be Hun to trigger it in again, trying to counter this full court press action. It's a little bit of a short-handed Hun team without 2 of their seniors, including Kira Hahn, one of the captains, unable to play in this contest. A rebound taken for Hun by Kennedy Henry, now on the floor. Nice tie-up situation by Addie Ruth. For Hun getting in there. Coach Bill Hollup in his 23rd season as head coach of the girls basketball team at Hun. He was at Stewart Country Day for 6 seasons, so he's been around the block. And his squad has to work with a little bit of a deficit here. 6:33 to play in the first in this Prep A championship game. McGuire dribble drive to the free throw line. Out back between the circles. Schweer back to McGuire. McGuire tries to get a pass through, but the window was a little bit too tight, and Blair goes the other way. Hartman underneath, nice feed, and that's 2 more for Blair. Ovasolo with 5, 6 minutes to play in the first, 9-2, Bucks lead. McGuire's pass is tipped by Hartman. And she'll coast the other way and misses the layup. And we have another tie-up situation. A lot of credit goes to Erin McGuire there, the PG from Newtown Abbey, Ireland. And we've got our first timeout. 5:46 to play in the first period, and it is 9-2, Blair in front. Gives us a chance to look at our recent results. We'll start with Blair. You'll see that victory coming off of a win in which Sasha Moyes had 24 points and 6 boards. Erin McGuire had 12 points and 7 rebounds for Hun in their victory. And for Blair, they beat St. Benedict's by a 74-63 final. And we'll get to Hun at the next timeout and talk about their close matchup. But you'll see that 78-40 Hun game on the 20th of February. And that basically sealed up the Mid-Atlantic Prep League tournament for Blair. Tara Johnson had 14 points in that game. Jalen Hartman had 11. It's a Blair team that has owned the matchup and makes it even tougher when you have a couple of your key contributors down for Coach Hollup and the Hun girls. And again, we mentioned Kira Hahn is out, one of the captains, and one of the top defensive players. 9-2, Blair in front. 5:42 left in the first. Corner three on the way, a little bit long. That's for Ozell. Rebound nicely pulled in by Kennedy Henry. Entry pass, turn, and a nice defensive play by Erin McGuire. She got her hand in there, but a turnover leads to more points, and that's Ozell, her first bucket of the afternoon. 11-2, Blair in front. McGuire passing to the near side. Good job by Lauren Larkin of catching the pass. Now replaced by Schweer. Sasha Moyes, we mentioned that she scored 24 points in the last game. Now the left corner, back to the bucket, it's Larkin. 7 to shoot for Hun. Mid block to the free throw line, 2 on the shot clock, and missed the 3. That's a shot clock violation. So we'll go back to Blair. Erin McGuire has the lone 2 points for Hun, and hails from the Belfast area. Actually the third sister that has come and played for Coach Bill Hollop, so he's got a connection there, and both of the older sisters for McGuire play D1 basketball at Houston Baptist. McGuire timely comes up with a steal there, picking Sophie Davis's pocket, and it looks like Blair has pulled off that early press. They were full court pressing. 4:26 left in the first. 11-2, Blair in front. Trying to start a little bit of a streak. McGuire for 3, off back iron, the hustle for the rebound, bounces around, and it's Henry on the other side. Henry moving in, strong left-handed finish, and she's on the board. 13-2, Blair in front. 4:02 left in the first. This time it is Schweer, the sophomore from Lawrenceville. Moyes waits for the cut, finds McGuire, mid-range jump shot, gets the friendly bounce. 3:39 to go in the first. Pass underneath, Hartman has it. Hartman, nice job on the cut, and it looks like we'll see our first free throw attempts of the game as Sophie Davis was able to sneak in there. So it is 13-4. It's our first foul of the afternoon. Sophie Davis from Piscataway, New Jersey, one of the seniors on this Blair ball club. Averaging about 2 made free throws a game. She's played over 20 games for this Blair squad, 10 points per game. One of those 5 double-digit averages on the team. She goes 2 for 2 on that trip. And the pass from Moyes deflected, but, well, they were going to say it was Blair ball, but a good job by the officials of conferring there. Nice job by Lauren Larkin of staying with it for Hun. Bounce pass inbound, trying to set up a 3 opportunity for McGuire, and they do get it to McGuire. Top of the arc. Now it's Moyes facing up at the free throw line. Her layup is too strong, and Blair will run the other way. They have numbers. It's Henry, shows and goes, hits it and one. Nice crowd on hand for that, as the Euro step, if you will, as Henry faked the pass, cross lane, and then put it up with the left hand and got the contact. 17-4. Couldn't get the free throw to go. Kennedy Henry with 4 points. 2:53 left in the first. Erin McGuire trying to control things. She averages close to 20 points per game, so you'll see the basketball in her hands a lot. Here's Henry again with a steal. Long outlet pass to Davis, who puts it up and in. These two teams have both won at least 15 games this season, but Blair has controlled and came into this as the heavy favorite with the 20-point wins in the 2 meetings this year. Sophie Davis collects underneath, and she will move things forward. Hartman passes to the corner. 3, no good. And the rebound to Henry. Henry finds Hartman, foul line jumper, nothing but net. Jalen Hartman listed at 6'2", but she's got range. It's 21-4, Blair in front. Back to the bucket, Moyes again facing up. Strong dribbles, tries to take it herself. She's walled off by Hartman, wants to go again. Passes out for the good shot opportunity, and that clangs off the iron for Michaela Pistano, who's just checked in, the sophomore. On the other end, Blair will put it up and in. Zeynep Ozil now has 4 points, the sophomore guard from Istanbul. 23-4, 1:32 to play in the first. And that three does not go, but the rebound is collected, and Moyes is going to work hard and earn a free throw attempt. That's the first foul of the game on the Bucks. So we had mentioned that Moyes had 24 points and 6 rebounds in the 3-point win against Pingree. She is a junior from Ewing and one of the captains, going to be very key in this game. Averages around 10 points per game and also a key rebounder and a nice physical presence inside, but goes 1 for 2 on this trip. So it is 23-5. Henry underneath, nice collection with the one hand. And Hartman into the paint and can't get the hook shot to bank in, but Henry again with the O board. Final minute of the first. Hartman, the long outside jump shot, no good, and the rebound is hauled in by Hunt. Final minute, about 50 seconds to go in the first. A large lead built up by Blair. Jumped out to a 9-2 lead to start this one. And a nice turnaround jump shot by Erin McGuire. McGuire with 4 of the 7 points. Ozil working the crossover dribble move. Pocket almost picked by McGuire, who is a very key defensive player for Coach Hollop. McGuire averages around 5 steals per game this season. Left block layup is good. That's Ali Lovasolo, the leading scorer so far for Blair. And I do have to credit the nice feed by Kennedy Henry. 25-7. Final seconds, 2 seconds left. Hoisted up a 3, couldn't get it to go, and that's going to do it for the first period of play. After 1, it is Blair 25 and Hun 7. Back to Blairstown. Fresh quarter on the clock. Hun will try their best to cut down on what is a 25-7 Blair advantage in the first quarter. If you look at the last 2 games these two teams played, Blair was up 17-8 in January after the first, and Blair had a 23-16 lead after one when they played a few games ago. So Blair has controlled in all these matchups. Now it's a chance to try to chip away one play at a time, but these turnovers have been tough. That is a nice pass, though, by McGuire. Just couldn't finish Addie Ruth on the other end. Now it's Ozil. Driving Johnson. Johnson to Hartman. Hartman, the floater doesn't fall. 8:27 to go in period 2. 25-7, Blair in front. Three is good for Aaron McGuire. McGuire, the top three-point threat, close to 100 threes made this season, and then we mentioned average close to 20 points per game. Left wing three is a little bit short for Lovasolo, and the rebound is hauled in by Anna Schweer. Got to get that production from somewhere, is really the only player averaging in double figures. And then right around 10 per game is Moyes. McGuire, pass cross court, layup attempt, a block. It's a clean block, they'll say, and it was Kennedy Henry again, who has been all over this game. And the nice layup banked in at the end by Zeynep Ozil. (27-10). That score updated, and the rebound bounced around. Hartman tries to save it off of a Hun player, and it's collected. And now the layup attempt, and we've got another free throw attempt upcoming. We'll see if they get Johnson on that one. 7:15 to play in the second. It is a foul on Johnson. First personal for her. 27-10, Blair in front. Anna Schweer, sophomore from Lawrenceville. And the first free throw attempt, a little bit awry. Schweer averaging around 5-6 points per game. Has played at least 24 games for Coach Hollup and Hun. And hits the second. So Hun is 2 for 4 from the line this afternoon. And they're cutting down on that lead. Game plan heading into this period. Hartman, top of the key. Always nice when you have a big who can handle the ball like that. Nice dribble handoff. Ozil with the crossover. Frees up the open three. And it's good. Tara Johnson with 5 points. 30-11. Blair in the lead. Hun will try to trade threes. They cannot, and it's Johnson who hauls down the board and wants to run. Blair gets down the floor really quickly, and an open three attempt is up and no good from Henry, but Johnson trying to win that O board. And now McGuire is going to look for an opportunity and then slow things a little bit to a jog. Aaron McGuire to the right side. She's going to try some individual action. Pass to a cutting player underneath is stolen away. Davis bounces off to Hartman, and that's too easy. A team defense philosophy we talked about when we opened the broadcast today. We're seeing that in spades as Blair does a great job of clogging the lane and preventing the cutters for Hun on the passes underneath. Castano pass off to Schweer, banks it in. The bank is open from distance. And Anna Schweer is on the board. 5:53 to go in the second period. It is 32-14. And we promised it. We'll take a look at those recent results for the Hun school coming off that 3-point victory against Pingree. Sasha Moyes and Aaron McGuire, both in double figures in that game. And they're going to need to count on those two players. We had mentioned that a couple players out for Hun today. Kira Hahn, one of them, one of the captains, a senior. And so Hollup knew his team was going to be shorthanded. And so far, acquitting themselves well. They got down early, 9-2, and then it was 25-7 after the first quarter. Now 32-14, Blair. So Hun trying to chip away. They have to take better care of the basketball, though, that's for sure. A lot of easy transition points for Blair. And we talked a lot about McGuire early, but Sasha Moyes, a junior forward, and to be a junior and a co-captain, that's saying something. A 3rd year as a varsity team member. And we've also seen she's played a lot bigger than her 5'10" height, and she's going to have to against players who are 6'2" like Hartman inside. Hartman left side, nice tip by Moyes, and it's collected for Hun by Anna Schweer. 5:40 left in the second, 32-14 Blair. The Bucks have led the entire way so far. This is the girls Prep A championship. McGuire draws the double, flips it to the free throw line, one dribble, tipped away, and it's Johnson. Active hands collecting. Hartman now down the right side, kicks it out for that 3, pump fake. Now Davis will drive, dish it underneath, and it's good. Team basketball at its finest. Kennedy Henry with 6 points, and it is 34-14. 5:07 to play in the second. Aaron McGuire back to the bucket. Slides it out. Addie Ruth. Now McGuire again, finds Moyes. Moyes doubled. Moyes working against Henry. She puts up the shot, fights for the rebound, gets another O board. Fall away shot is good. Hard work pays off for Sasha Moyes. And it is 34-16 with 4:41 to play in the second. Underneath, fall away shot. That was too easy. The crafty dribbler, Zeynep Ozell. And she's close to double figures for this game. Nice individual effort there. A 20-point lead now. Right around that largest of the afternoon. Pump fake 3, McGuire. 4:14 left in the second. Back to the bucket, turnaround shot, 5 on the shot clock. Dispossessed by Henry. Henry, long outlet for Davis. Davis scoops it up and in. 6 points for Davis. It's 38-16. Blair in front. Moyes underneath, couldn't get it to go. Coming up on the final 3 minutes of the first half. And it has been all Blair so far on this Prep A championship afternoon. Henry for 3. Clangs out left side. Blair not shy at shooting the 3. They're also very good at getting inside, drawing the defense, and getting those open opportunities. And what makes it tough as an opposing head coach is that any player can strike or get hot at any time. McGuire has certainly been important for Hun so far. 7 points to lead the way. And we've got a reach-in foul with 3:14 left in the half. A substitute for Blair, Wes Smith, the 5'6" guard from Charlotte, the junior, coming in. And Johnson's gonna have a seat. So Schweer, 8 on the shot clock. Schweer finds McGuire, 4 to shoot, 3 to shoot. McGuire, a turnaround 3, had to hoist it up in desperation, but another shot clock violation. Good team defense by Blair. Blair up to their largest lead. They claimed a 9-2 lead after the first 4 minutes of the game and led 25-7 after the opening stanza. Henry, shot no good, falls to the floor, no foul called. And now McGuire wants to run. Aaron McGuire, nice dribble drive, stops and pops and hits. 9 points for McGuire. Back to that 20-point advantage for Blair. 2:32 to play in the second. Ozell wants to work the crossover. Great job of utilizing the screen, but McGuire staying with her step for step. Now it's Davis underneath Henry, and a foul is called. Almost a clean block by McGuire, who has been almost everywhere for Hun. She's going to get the personal foul. And as we mentioned before, McGuire comes from a basketball family. Her sister all playing D1 ball and also all playing for Coach Bill Holla, who is the Associate Dean of Students at Hun. And Kennedy Henry is now 0 for 2 from the stripe today. Addie Ruth going to come out. Sydney Rivers coming in, the freshman from Hamilton, New Jersey. And the back end is good for Kennedy Henry. Blair attempting to capture their first Prep A title since 2020. They lead at 39-18, coming up on the final 2 minutes of the first half. A nice tip there for Blair by Smith. And now they have it on the other end. Davis, the offensive rebound. The putback, no good. Lovasolo slides it back to the top of the arc, and somehow Henry has it. 3 on the way, around the rim and out. That was a shot by Smith. And now a wise slow up of the action briefly here. Open 3 ball around the rim and out. And it'll be Hun basketball. 1:39 left in the half, 39-18. Blair in front. Aaron McGuire, big parts of both of these games against Blair. Scored 24 points the first time these two teams met, then 18 points a couple games ago against Blair. She gets the offensive rebound there. Bounce pass into the lane. Moyes takes on a double team. Dispossessed, puts it back up and in. Still working very hard. And we've got another jump ball. 1:14 left in the second, 39-18. Possession arrow favors the Bucks. Coach Hollop, when he said plays a lot bigger than her 5'10" height, we are seeing that today. Great hard work in there by Moyes. It's not just McGuire. A lot of other players here have brought Hun to this point. Lovasolo, cross-court pass, work to the corner. Davis slides it in, and the layup is good. Allie Lovasolo, you see Hartman come out of the game. Lovasolo transitions to that big position, and her and Davis a nice 1-2 game. 41-18. Moyes on the deck, lays it up and in. Those two, McGuire and Moyes, have to be good if Hun is able to chip away at this lead that has been as high as 20-something. 28 seconds left in the second period. Lovasolo, wide open 3 attempt. Davis off front iron, tipped around, and the steal, it is Rivers. Rivers, long dribble, and the pesky Ozell comes in and swipes it away. 12 seconds left in the period. 41-20, Blair in front. Lovasolo for 3, and it misses everything and goes out of bounds. 4.8 seconds to go in the second quarter. Nice job of saving some time. Moyes, the long 3-point attempt is no good, and the scoreboard shows .1, even though the teams are going toward the locker room. And the officials are saying it's half. So we're going to ignore that .1 on the scoreboard, and we're going to finish up the half with a 41-20 lead for Blair, looking to capture another Prep A title and go 3-0 against Hun this season. Already the Maple champs, the Blair Bucks. We'll be back for the second half in about 9 minutes. Again, 41-20, Blair in front. Have about a minute until we start the second half. It's 41-20. The Blair Bucks are in the lead over the Hun School. Some halftime numbers for you on the individual side. For Hun, Aaron McGuire leading the way with 9 points. Anna Schweer has 4. Lauren Larkin with 2, and Sasha Moyes has 5 for Hun. Blair has been, well, it's been pretty good as a team all season long, and that has continued this afternoon. Sharing the basketball very well. They've had 6 players score their 41 points. And leading the way is Ali Lovasolo, had 7 of her 9 points in the first period. Also joined by Zeynep Ozel with 8. Sophie Davis has 6. Jalen Hartman with 6. Kennedy Henry has 7 points, and also a number of other statistical notables from the steal and offensive rebound category. And Tara Johnson with 5 points. Those are your scores from the first half, and we're set to get started with the second. The Prep A final from Blairstown, 41-20. And we were taking a look at some of the keys to this game earlier on. Hun's got to get their top 2 players involved, and they've got to find a way to take care of the basketballs. I would imagine Coach Hollop has had his team give up way too many transition points for his liking. So they're going to have to start chipping away here and not make things easy on Blair. Hun in the red uniforms, Blair in the white. It was Blair who led 25-7 after the first quarter. They built up a 32-14 lead, forced another Hun timeout, and now it is 41-20. And McGuire has it on the right side. Stolen away in the middle of the lane by Hartman. Ozel now on the near side, 8:34 to play in the third, and that's our first bucket of the second half. And it's the game's leading scorer, Ali Lovasolo, the 6-foot senior forward from Allendale. Five on the shot clock, 43-20 is the score, and it's in! A nice up and in shot by Michaela Pistano, the guard from Franklin Park, and it's 43-22. Blair in front, 7:49 to play in the third. And we've got a traveling call against Johnson. Wanted to pass it underneath, but the defense did a good job of collapsing and covering up any entry feed. Blair leads 43-22, about 2 minutes into the third quarter here. Moyes with it, perimeter right. And it's Schweer, a little bit off target. Lovasolo pulls down the strong board. Long outlet finding Davis. Davis to her teammate, and it's Hartman who's going to go to the line after the first foul of the second half. Jalen Hartman, we've been saying senior so much. It's hard to imagine there are some juniors on this talented roster, and Hartman hits the first free throw here, 7 points on the afternoon. And it remains 44-22. Nice offensive rebound by Blair. Ozel in the far corner, nothing but net. And that is her first 3 this afternoon. Can you believe it? As a Blair fan, a turnover by Hun on the other side. Three is good for Ozell. 50-22 your score. $14 points for Zeynep Ozell for Blair. And the steal by Davis. Only 2 points in this third quarter for Hun as Hartman comes underneath, scoops it off for Davis, and Davis is able to finish. Sophie Davis now with 8 points, and it's 50-22 Bucks after what has been an 11-2 run to start this third period over the first 3 minutes. And it gives us a chance to take a look at Batuli Kamara, the head coach for Blair. And as you can see, a former Blair Buck. And just since graduating, here are all the accomplishments. Played in the NCAA Women's Basketball Sweet 16 with Kentucky. Then she made 3 trips to the Final Four with UConn and played under legendary coach Gino Auriemma. Got a master's degree in sports management and founded a nonprofit as well with international reach. In fact, the nonprofit that she founded allowed her to author a book as well, and she published a children's book titled A Basketball Game on Wake Street. And Coach Kamara was actually one of the recipients of the Billie Jean King Youth Leadership Award during the ESPYs a couple of years ago. And her organization, Women and Kids Empowerment. It is a nonprofit org, and it was created to empower girls to help develop self-confidence, leadership skills, holistic wellness, and global education. So certainly involved in that whenever she has free time, but otherwise coaching a very solid Blair Buck program. 52-22 they lead, 6:04 remaining in period 3 in the Prep A championship game. And it went off the leg of Erin McGuire. And we're still waiting to see if McGuire gets going in this second half. That was a nice shot by Hartman. 9 points for Hartman. So already 2 Blair players in double figures. They have a 54-22 lead. 5:37 left. We're in the third quarter of this championship game. Top of the arc, McGuire. The leading scorer, close to 20 a game. She had 9 in the first half and hasn't scored yet in this third quarter. 6 to shoot for Hun. Jab step. Schweer couldn't find anything. Shot from the elbow off the front of the rim. A nice steal to get possession back by McGuire. Coming up on the midway point of this third quarter. Still only 2 points in the quarter for Hun. Nice feed collected. And a fall away shot on the baseline is good. And that is Michaela Pistano, who has all 4 of Hun's points in this second half so far. It was 41-20 at halftime, now 54-24. And we have a foul. It's the second foul as a team for Hun in this third quarter. And so that puts Zeynep Ozell to the line. And the sophomore hits the first free throw attempt on this trip. 15 points. One of the top 3-point shooters on this squad and has a great handle, as we've seen this afternoon. The second free throw is also good. So some outstanding upperclassmen, but the future is also bright for this very talented Blair program. We mentioned before that they have owned the Prep A championship. There was a period from 2011 to 2017 where they won it every year, and then their last title in 2020 is 56-24 Blair in this one. 4:35 to go in the third. Nice drive and an and-one opportunity for Erin McGuire, and she's now into double digits. 11 points for McGuire, 4:32 to play in the third. 56-26. Blair had amassed their largest lead in this quarter. And McGuire completes the 3-point play. Going to have to be big down the stretch, both scoring and defensively. We talked about averaging close to 5 steals per game for this squad. Also, Moyes needs to get going, and she's been working hard all game long. Another tie-up situation. If there was a stat for tie-ups generated, she would have at least 3 in this game. Nice pass off the inbounds. Henry loses it out of bounds. 56-27. .412 left in the period. Schweer working on Davis, and now it's Pistano. It's a Hun squad that's shorthanded. 2 players injured coming into this game, including one of their captains in Han. Schweer, pump fake, the mid-block jumper is no good, and a couple of players on the ground. Can't question the effort in this game, that's for sure. 3:52 left in the third. 56-27 Blair. And Hun will keep it as the possession arrow switches over. They will work it into Addie Ruth, the junior from Princeton. And a 3 on the way in the corner. No good. McGuire couldn't find the mark there. And the long outlet from Henry. Davis finds it, puts it up and in. What an athletic play. Sophie Davis got knocked down on the other end, fell down on the baseline, was able to get up and get ahead of the rush from Henry and get the nice feed underneath. 58-27 Blair, another steal by Henry. She was doing a lot of this in the first half, puts it up and can't get the roll this time, and they'll say it was last touched by Lovasolo, so it'll be Hun basketball. Kennedy Henry had 7 points in the first half, hasn't scored yet in the second. Henry knocked down 4 3-pointers, had a game-high 24 in that 78-40 win for Blair last time they played Hun. And that one sealed up yet another Maple championship. Moyes can't get the 3. 10 consecutive championships from 2011 to 2020 for Blair in the league, that is. This one is the Prep A title game. And the baseline floater a little bit too strong. And that's Henry with the rebound. Works her way around the trees. Bounce pass ahead. And banks out. And it will roll out of bounds. Allie McEachern, the guard from York Harbor, Maine, the junior. She is checked in. That was her on the last attempt. And that free throw goes down. Lovasolo, 13 points this afternoon, was the leading scorer at halftime. It is 60-27 Blair. 2:19 left. We're in the third quarter of this Prep A title game. And Henry comes away with it. Lovasolo for 3. Rims out, and nice rebound by Addie Ruth. Final 2 minutes of period 3. Schweer against this man-to-man. Gets by her defender, puts it up and in. Nice individual effort by Anna Schweer. One of those extra players. We talked about the 2 leading scorers for Hun a lot, but they've got a lot of players right around 6 points per game who have helped them to a 15-plus win season. Davis still working hard underneath. We'll get a 3-point play opportunity. And if you haven't watched Blair play, you just see him play once and you can get that team basketball mindset. Had a chance to see UConn play a little while ago, and so on the women's side, it's just has been a joy to watch, especially under Oriema. Very similar to what we're seeing at Blair in terms of the way that they share the basketball, very unselfish mindset. 63-29. 6 players have scored for Blair, and 3 are in double figures as we stand now. 1:15 to play in the third period. 63-29 is your score. And with 1:04 on the clock in this period, we have another foul. So Hun has committed 3 fouls in this third quarter, and that's just the second team foul on Blair. So Blair will look to inbound here. 13 points, by the way, for Davis, who was that last scorer on the other end for Blair. Rivers back in the game for Hun. Schweer back to Rivers. Rivers triggers a three and brings it home. Nice cheer on the bench for Sydney Rivers, freshman from Hamilton, getting some experience and getting some points as well. Her first time on the board. It is 63-32. But the answer on the other end, easy to come by. At least Hartman made it look easy. 65-32, 36 seconds left in the quarter. Left corner, pump fake from Pistano. Knocked away, Hartman has it. Here's the outlet again, a 2-on-none. And Davis finds Henry. 67-32, Henry with 9 points. Always love to see the sharing. You had me before on the long outlet. Oh, why don't I get you this time? And a big three goes down. While we're talking, we were waiting for that first three-pointer of the second half, and McGuire certainly did not leave us wanting. Great shot from behind the arc, as now it's Hartman who swishes it through at the buzzer. Shot clock winding down. Jalen Hartman says, I guess I got to shoot it. She puts it up, and it's now 70-35. Almost couldn't believe it went in. And that high arcing shot provided a great swish of the net. And so after three, it is 70-35, the Blair Bucks in the lead. Last two games, just for reference, it was 76-48 on January 26th and 78-40 on the 20th of February. Those are the two games that Blair had wins over Hun this season. And so it's 70-35, and we'll have the fourth quarter coming up. Back to Blairstown. Blair opened up a 9-2 run over the first 3 minutes of this game, led 25-7 after the first quarter. It was 41-20 Blair at halftime, and now it is 70-35, Bucks in front. So outscoring Hun 29-15 in that last period of play, and now it's Henry underneath who puts it up and in. Henry becomes the fifth Blair player in double figures this afternoon. It is 72-35. And Blair has done a great job at quieting the big two. One of those two, Moyes, can't get it to go. Sasha Moyes had 5 in the first half, and Aaron McGuire had 9, but they have not scored much in this second half of play so far. 3-ball corner pocket for Wes Smith. And now she gets on the board. 7 Blair players have scored this afternoon, 75-35. Largest lead that Blair has had, 8:10 to play in the game. That three is no good. Ozell's out there with Henry, Smith, Hartman, and Jackie Neary. The sophomore guard from Bedford Hills has checked in this fourth quarter. Nice cut by Ozell, just hands it off to Henry, and Henry puts it in. Too easy, and a very small amount of space to work with there, but Ozell and Henry connection gets it done. Left wing McGuire being guarded very closely. Rivers to Schweer. Schweer passes up that three attempt. Now it's McGuire who will take one top of the arc and can't get the connection. McGuire had 24 and 18 in the two games earlier this season against Blair. Nothing but net on the mid-range jump shot by Jackie Neary. 8 players now have scored for the Blair Bucks, and it's 79-35. 2 minutes gone in this fourth quarter. McGuire right wing three, around the rim and out. Rivers fighting for the rebound. She gets it, sends it out to Pistano. One dribble, she'll trigger it up and banks it in. Nice job of using the glass by Michaela Pistano in this game, she's got 6. It's 79-37. Pump fake by Neary, nice bounce pass underneath, and the shot is no good. It'll be Hun basketball. Well attended by members of the Blair student section. 6:47 to play in the fourth period, 79-37. Blair in the lead. Blair is controlled since they had a 9-2 run over the first 3 minutes. And they've got 5 players in double figures, and 8 players, as we mentioned a few moments ago, have scored for them in this game. Schweer's shot is no good. And nice offensive rebound by Ruth. And can't get that attempt to go either. Then we've got a foul. So it was going to be tough sledding regardless. 2 players injured for Hun, and they had already lost to Blair a couple times this season. You've got the prospects that Blair has. Of course, it's going to be tough sledding. Get the motion offense, work it underneath, and work that outside opportunity. And that's a 2-pointer, but it's Wes Smith again, who scored her first bucket about a minute ago from that spot, and it was a 3. Another steal by Henry, and Henry will coast in for 2 more. 83-37. 15 points for Kennedy Henry, 1 shy of the game lead. McGuire in the left wing. Blair has done a good job opening pretty much every quarter on a strong run. It really takes any momentum away from what Hun is trying to do. And another steal, double-digit steals by far for Blair in this game. Another long outlet pass to Neary. Neary bounces it, looking for Hartman. Henry, top of the arc. Nice ball movement here. Finding the cutting Henry. Too strong off the window. And now it's Neary for 3. And short. Henry tried to save it, but stepped on the baseline before going out of bounds. 5 minutes to go in this one, 5:10 to be exact, 83-37. Blair inching closer to their first Prep A title since officially 2020. They had that stretch from 2011 to 2017 where they were Prep A champions, the Blair girls. Schweer across the timeline. Left side, Neary, nice hustle, nearly had the steal, but Moyes got it back for Hun. Moyes works it to Schweer, good opportunity from 3. Around the cylinder, tipped out by Ozell. O-board Pistano, and now it's McGuire. 4:45 left in this game. It is 83-37, and Blair hunting for more. Neary has a 2-on-1. Neary passes to Davis. Davis lets the defender go by. Back to Neary, who puts it up and in. Davis easily could have scored that, but she wanted to get Neary some more run. And Neary now with 5. It's 85-37, and on the other end, a 3-ball. Sasha Moyes is loving every second of it, laughing there from distance. 85-40 now the score. Ozell has been more of a facilitator in the second half, certainly scored a lot of points in the first. 16 points to lead the way for her squad. Another 3-ball attempt around the rim and out. Rebound to Sophie Davis. Davis back to the wing. Wes Smith had it. We'll get a foul, a reach-in foul, trying to get that basketball back. 3:50 to play, 85-40, Blair in front. Trying to go 3-0 against Hun this year and capture another Prep A title. Schweer makes the 3. McGuire works it to Moyes. Moyes underneath, puts it up, she's gonna go to the line. Sasha Moyes, the junior forward from Ewing. One of the captains, certainly looking forward the year ahead. And the free throw is good. So Moyes is 2 of 3 from the line this afternoon. Right around 50 free throws made this season, averaging, again, 10 points per game and about 6 boards per game. Slightly undersized compared to some of the other players for Blair in this game, but has outworked Blair on certain occasions. And going to that full court trap for Hun, trying to create some issues, but it was a good job of getting out of it, and they'll back off and let Blair dribble down the floor. 85-41. 3:23 to play in this Prep A championship. Got a doubleheader for you. We've also got Prep A boys as well on the Play-by-Play Sports Network on YouTube today. The baseline jump shot, a little bit too strong. That was Allie McEachern. Back in, she was in a little bit earlier in this second half. 3:03 to play in it. Pistano, dribble drive, finds Moyes at the elbow. Now McGuire, top of the arc, Schweer. Schweer filters for Moyes. Back to McGuire, 10 on the shot clock. Let's fly from 3, short. Addie Ruth was underneath but couldn't corral the rebound. 2:45 to go, 85-41, Blair in the lead. And some substitutions and a well-earned round of applause. Sophie Davis will head to the bench, as will Ali Lovasolo. And Henry and Hartman check back in. Always tough to see two starters checking back in, but that's how Blair runs things here. Not an extremely large roster, at least with the players available right now. Certainly a lot of talent and a lot of options for Coach Camara to use with her rotations. Long spot, Henry bounces it out, and it's Addie Ruth who has it. 2:19 to go in period 4, 85-41. Blair in front. Blair led 41-20 at halftime, and the Bucks have 5 players in double figures here. McGuire, long 3, can't get it to go. 9 points for McGuire, who averages close to 20 per game in the first half, and McGuire up to 15 now, but Blair has done a good job defensively. Sometimes when another team has an outstanding scorer, you just got to let them get theirs and do a better job on everybody else, and Blair has done just that defensively. Henry looking for an opportunity. Crossover dribble. McEachern from the baseline again. Enjoys that spot, but can't get it to go. Final 2 minutes of play. 85-41 Blair. McGuire falling away from 3 players and nearly hit that one. We mentioned her sisters have some Division I experience. Coach Hollup has, I'd imagine, enjoyed coaching members of the McGuire family. And rebounds. Moyes, another board, has a couple of offensive boards this afternoon as well, and she's going to push the pace into 3 players. A wise decision to kick it out to her point guard. Now McGuire can't get it to go from the free throw line, and we will run the other way. McEachern stops at the wing and will slow things down. Coming up on the final minute of play in this one, 85-41 Blair. Hartman wanted McEachern to cut through. She didn't, so now it's Henry. Henry finds Neary, who has 5 points this afternoon. Now McEachern, foot on the line. Jump shot is good. Now 9 players have scored in this game for Blair, getting everybody involved. 37 seconds to go, and Blair is watching it tick down to another Prep A title. McGuire for 3 off front iron. Hartman with the rebound. 26 seconds left. And Coach Camara tells her team to pull it out and let this one finish with the shot clock turned off. So Hartman's going to hold the basketball. We've got 14 seconds to play, and it looks like the final score is going to be 87-41, and the Blair Bucks are Prep A champions yet again. Blair goes 3-0 against Hun this season. They have got a great team effort, and deservedly, the Prep A crown is back to Blair. 5 players in double figures, 9 players total scored in this game. Got pretty much everybody involved, at least from the points standpoint. Everybody got a chance to play. Some rough numbers for you here after this one. Jalen Hartman with 14, Wes Smith 5, Ali Lovasolo 13, 13 for Sophie Davis, Zainab Ozell 16 points, Jackie Neary with 5, 15 points for Kennedy Henry, and 5 for Tara Johnson. Let's get the final announcements here.
Can you give one more applause for the team? I'd like to present the runner-up trophy to the Hunt School and their seniors. Congratulations to the Hunt School. And for the 21-22 Prep A Division State Champions, the Blair Company.
And again, congratulations to Blair, well earned. 87-41 your final score. It was 25-7 after the first quarter, 41-20 at halftime, 70-35 after 3. And there we go, as everyone getting a well-deserved picture after the championship. And we did Blair's scores, so we got to finish with the rough numbers for Hun at least. 15 points for Erin McGuire, 6 points Anna Schweer, 2 points for Lauren Larkin, Sasha Moyes with 9 points, and 6 for Michaela Pistano. And again, highly unofficial numbers, but a great game played by all Erin McGuire and Sasha Moyes. Specifically got things going in the first half, trying to stick with this very tough Blair team, but in the end, it is Blair who comes away with the victory, and Coach Batuli Kamara. A team win, if ever there was one, here for Prep A. And one final shout out, of course, to the seniors. Hun had 2 players unavailable for this one, both of them seniors as well as the senior managers. And that's what you heard there in the post-game conversation briefly. And then for Blair, they've got a couple of outstanding seniors as well, at least on the roster. They've got Tabitha Amanze, also Ali Lovasolo, Sophie Davis, both who were key in this victory, both finishing with around 13 points this afternoon, and Tara Johnson, also big as well, had 5. So again, congrats to all the seniors. Best of luck to them in their next opportunities. And thanks again for tuning in for today's action. A doubleheader of Prep A action on the Play-by-Play Sports Network on YouTube. Thanks for spending part of your weekend with us. 87-41 final score. Blair girls are Prep A champions.